In a previous video, we asked what a woman was, and in this video, we have to define what women have. And one asset that women have is breasts. And yes, women who've had their breasts removed because of cancer or quote unquote gender affirming care are still women. Breasts come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Breasts are natural and beautiful, something women shouldn't be ashamed of having. That is until Eve ate the apple, covered her breasts with leaves, and there has been a war on breasts ever since.
Hi. What are those?
Breasts?
I wish I had some.
You have to wait a few years, but you'll get them. And I bet they'll be real pretty, too.
No, I won't. Mama says good girls don't.
She said what?
Good girls don't get.
My mother's like a total hypocrite. She's like a C-cup.
Mama says she was bad when she made me. That's why she has them. Calls them dirty pillows.
Afternoon, Margaret.
Carrie, get over here. What did I tell you?
Calm down, Margaret. We were just talking.
Don't tell me to calm down, whore girl.
Now, Margaret, I asked you not to call my daughter that.
Suck it, you cow!
Estelle!
Carrie, get in this house right now.
Do yourself a favor and run away from home.
Now quiet.
Margaret says I got boobs because I was a slut.
She said what?
Authority is not locked. Protect us from here with the split foot. Wait. Protect us from rebellious with the wilderness of the wicked.
One of the most horrific recorded cases of breast discrimination took place in 19th century Kingdom of Travancore, present-day Kerala, India, where lowercase women were legally forbidden from covering their upper bodies and would be forced to pay a state tax if they chose to do so based on their shape and size. It was called Malakaram. Malakaram came to an end when a woman named Nageli cut off her own breasts in protest and died due to blood loss, which caused outrage amongst the lowercase. In Africa, breast ironing is a common and barbaric practice where adolescent girls have their breasts flattened by hot objects to suppress physical development as a way to prevent unwanted black male attention.
Breast ironing. Breast ironing is a traditional practice that affects women and girls. It will typically begin soon after puberty, and since there's no specific age that puberty starts, a child may be subjected to the practice at any age, as soon as they begin to develop breasts. Breast ironing is a practice designed to make girls look less womanly and typically begins in the home. The thinking is that a child will be safer from unwanted male advances if they physically hinder or delay the outward development of their breasts. The misconception is that they're protecting the girl from harassment, protecting them from rape, abduction, or early forced marriage. Or simply, without distraction, a child could focus on their education. It's often a misplaced act of protection or love, yet unlike other preventative measures, it provides no health or any other benefits. It's mostly done by female members of the family, by an auntie, a grandmother, elder sister, or nanny. They apply heat using tools like hot stones, a wooden spoon, or a pestle. These tools may have been used across generations to burn and suppress the breast tissue. It happens gradually over a period of time. Over the duration of this practice, the breasts will be painful and contained with an elastic band or bandage to hinder development. The practice will continue until the breasts stop growing. There will be health implications such as pain or discomfort. There may be anxiety or other psychological consequences, including trying to understand how a caring parent can inflict this type of pain. The practice is more common in West and Central Africa, yet has no borders, It occurs all over the world and has migrated with people and cultures to the UK. It's important that we are not judgmental of cultural practices, yet this is a human rights issue and violates the rights of the child. It's the responsibility of everyone within the community, especially those in different professional groups, to be vigilant and take action to safeguard girls. This following course will take you through in more detail about breast ironing and how we can help to educate and raise awareness about the consequences of this practice.
Unfortunately, breast ironing is still a common practice till this day. In a modern civilized society, you would think that women wouldn't have to deal with these problems, but as long as there's a tit, there's a tat. In 2012, the Free the Nipple movement, started by American filmmaker Lena Esco, to protest the double standard how society treats the male nipple versus the female nipple. But this movement didn't take off until 2015 when Instagram's CEO at the time, Kevin Systrom, confirmed the censorship of the female nipple on their app. At the same time, women were being shamed for breastfeeding publicly. Society can really be backwards at times because before we were asking, what is a woman? We were asking, what are the boobs for? They're for feeding a hungry baby with the breast milk your body produces when you're pregnant. During the 2010s, nursing mothers were facing a breast is best paradox, where organizations were heavily promoting breastfeeding for infant health, but were facing discrimination and being penalized for doing so. From 2011 to 2013, there were nurse-ins, a form of protest at Target and Applebee's, of women protesting these companies for the way they discriminated against nursing mothers because God forbid you see a nipple or a bra strap.
No se exhiben, esto se hace en la casa. ¿Y qué?
Don't do that in front of me. Have more respect for yourself and everybody else here.
I'm here to escort you to the ladies' room so that you can finish breastfeeding.
They're not weapons. How can you be offending someone that you're feeding a baby?
Which bra strap shaming was real, where women and girls could be punished at work or school for having a visible bra strap. Because obviously having a visible bra strap meant you were a succubus trying to seduce men instead of just being a human living a human life, where visible bra straps are going to happen like frizzy hair or a broken nail. I haven't even touched on the over-sexualization that women with big breasts face and the under-sexualization that women with small breasts face. Either if you're on the overside or the underside, it's still shaming regardless. In my previous video, What is a Woman?, I briefly mentioned the Australian law of 2005, where they banned women with small breasts from being in mature films. And literally the next day, I saw a post on X about the game Bunny Garden 2, where Kyorit CEO Yuji Usuda didn't want small-breasted women depicted in his game because he didn't want his game being blocked for purchase. Even though I don't like the prevention of small-breasted women, I understand due to the extreme sexual nature of the game and the company behind Bunny Garden 2 need to make money. If the United States ever started banning women with small breasts from media, saying us small-breasted women promote pedophilia like the Australian government did, I expect a government-subsidized boob job. If they have millions of dollars to give to Somalians to run fake daycares, they have the money for my fake boobs. Amazon Prime is making a live-action Tomb Raider with Sophie Turner, playing Lara Croft, a character known for having big boobs. Turner's depiction of Laura is completely flat-chested. Netflix had an animated Tomb Raider show where their depiction of Lara Croft was way too masculine. And you would think Amazon Prime would avoid that mistake and try to make the actress portraying Lara Croft to look as accurate as possible. What's worse than boob shaming is boob erasure. I don't know what it is, but every time a kids show gets rebooted, the women characters lose their breasts. In 2016, the Powerpuff Girls was briefly rebooted, excluding two characters, Miss Sarah Bellum and Miss Keen's breasts, because they're too sexual for children. Let me remind you, this same show featured the girls twerking, fetish episodes, and a storyline where a writer self-inserted himself to date Buttercup. But Miss Keen's pointy A-cup titties is what's corrupting the youth. However, I have a feeling if Miss Keen was a troon, Keen's breasts would be preserved in glory as a way for the reboot to not be transphobic. Another beloved female icon to be destroyed by woke ideology is Miss Green's go-go boots. In January 2022, Mars changed Miss Green's fashionable go-go boots to ugly-ass white pediatric shoes, which Tucker Carlson and feminists rightfully called out this woke change.
Finally tonight, we don't usually give story tips to NPR, but here's a story they might want to cover pretty soon and doubtless will. M&M's, the candy company, has just announced that it's redesigning its cartoon characters to be more gender inclusive. Bet you didn't think M&Ms were pushing intolerance, but they were. They've been changed. You're seeing the changes right now on your screen. The green M&M, you will notice, is no longer wearing sexy boots. Now she's wearing sensible sneakers. Why the change? Well, according to M&M's, quote, we all win when we see more women in leading roles, because leading women do not wear sexy boots. Leading women wear frumpy shoes. The frumpier, the better. That's the rule. The other big change is that the brown M&M has, quote, transitioned from high stilettos to lower block heels. Also less sexy. That's progress. M&Ms will not be satisfied until every last cartoon character is deeply unappealing and totally androgynous. Until the moment you wouldn't want to have a drink with any one of them. That's the goal. When you're totally turned off, we've achieved equity. They've won. Meanwhile, in a nod to the burgeoning wellness movement, the orange M&M will, quote, acknowledge and embrace his anxiety. And actually, if you look at him, the orange M&M does appear very anxious. Maybe he doesn't like all the ugly new shoes he sees around him. Maybe he liked the sexy boots. Maybe the orange M&M is a secret sexist himself.
For once being on the same page. Mars erased Miss Green's cuntiness and sultriness to cater to women, even though women didn't ask for this fucking change, because us women love a sexy bad bitch. Without the go-go boots, Miss Green wasn't the same M&M. If Mars wanted to tone down her seductive personality, that would be one thing, but erasing her femininity entirely by violently stripping her of her cute boots is another. Mars faced huge backlash for this unwanted change, causing the company to put a pause on the group of talking candies. This was a stunt created by the company, and the talking candies returned. But unfortunately, Miss Green's boots didn't, and those ugly fucking sneakers are here to stay. Mars is a multi-billion-dollar company. You would think they would at least give Miss Green some stylish, cute sneakers. I'm sorry for the rambling about Miss Green, but it's important to call out these backwards, unwarranted changes to female characters because as the lines between fiction and reality become more blurred, any attack on cartoon women is an attack on real women and vice versa. Men love sexy women in the media because of attraction. Women love sexy women in the media because of femininity. Stripping a female character of her femininity is not character development or personality. Instead of giving into the woke mob, these companies should listen to women and leave the tits alone. Thank you.